Hello, my name is Murray Feldman, and I live and practice homeopathy in Vancouver, Canada. I've been studying and practicing homeopathy since 1977. My studies first started when I was spending time in India, and I stayed on in India and studied there for 3 years. And then in 1980, I moved to London, where I studied and practiced for a period of 11 years. I've had the good fortune to meet and study with some of the world's well-known homeopaths, like George Vathulkas, Rajan Sankaran, Roger Morrison, and Jan Scholten, and several others. I also myself travel internationally and teach internationally, and for a person who has a bit of a tubercular miasm like myself, to be able to travel around the world and teach homeopathy is indeed good fortune. I started and founded the Vancouver Homeopathic Academy, a 4-year course in Vancouver in 1994, and for 17 years I ran that school and was the main teacher there. It was during this period of time, that period of 17 years, where Rhiannon Rees and I met, and Rhiannon felt that she learned a lot from me in terms of case taking, and felt that I had a lot to offer and that people could benefit by some of the things that I could point out. So she's invited me to come to Australia and for us to do this seminar together, and I'm very excited about coming to Australia. I was there in 1982, and it's a place I've always wanted to return to. So to come back and to do some work and to meet homeopaths there would be, for me, is quite exciting, and something, like I said, I really look forward to. The 3-day seminar isn't going to be what we call a case analysis based seminar. It's going to be an experiential seminar dealing with some of the problems that we meet every day in practice. During dealing with some of the problems that we meet with patients and some of the issues that come up in case taking. Now, one of the issues that comes up in terms of practice and keeping our practice going is loss of patients. Patients who don't stay long enough to give us the chance to find a remedy that's going to help them. Or even if we're helping them, they seem to leave too soon. So how to maintain patience, how to build rapport, how to increase a trusting type of communication with our patients so that they'll stay on with us patients, give us the time to do the type of work that we'd like to do. We're going to look at ways to build that rapport, to build that trust, and to help us maintain a busy practice. Closed patients. This is something that we get all the time. Patients who are closed, who just aren't giving us the information that we need. Sometimes these closed patients are giving off little clues, and if we can be alert and aware of these little clues, we can use these little clues to open up a patient. So we're going to look at ways to make use of these subtle clues in order to open up our patients. Development of perception. Hahnemann himself used the word perceives over and over again in the Organon. He didn't say they think about the case. He says perceives what is to be cured, perceives the case, uses our senses. So we're going to see how to make use of little things, tone of voice, body language, repetitive themes, things like that, that can be very helpful. How to develop our perception. How to help the patient develop perception of what's going on inside them. If a patient can develop perception of what their experience is, this is going to help us a lot. So we'll look at ways to get the patient to develop perception. The term receiving the case. What do we mean by receiving the case? This is a term we hear a lot, but in order to truly receive, we have to be in this inner receptive place inside us. What is this space? This quiet, unprejudiced, receptive place. We're going to look at ways to develop this inside us, this quiet, receptive place. I find that the quieter I am inside, the more receptive I am inside, the more spontaneous information the patient gives me. The more receptive I am like that, the more the patient will feel listened to. How many patients leave you and say, "Thank you so much for listening"? No one's ever listened to them before. How to make use of different clues to take us more deeply into the case, more quickly into the case. These are just a few of the things that we're going to look at in these 3 days. Building of rapport, maintaining a practice, keeping our patients, helping closed patients open up, finding that place inside us that's truly, truly receptive, and how to make use of these clues to get more quickly into the deeper aspects of our case. This is something I'm quite excited about. These are things that excite me, things that I really enjoy in practice. And in order for you to see if and help you decide if you want to come to these seminars, we're going to have some webinars, and they're mentioned on the website how to register for them. And in these webinars, which are completely free, we'll get a chance to talk one-on-one. You can ask more questions. What's this seminar really going to be about? And maybe even in the dialogue in the webinars, we'll be able to find some ways, some things that you can take immediately into your practice to help you with your practice. I'm looking forward to talking to you on the webinar. And for any of you who decide to do the event, I'm looking forward to meeting you in person and hearing what you have to say and sharing my knowledge and sharing my insights. Something I really enjoy is this type of work, and I really feel that you'll enjoy it also. So thank you very much for listening to me.